Good morning and welcome to Western Chester County Checks In. I'm your host, Justin Chan. It is Wednesday, November 4th, 2020, and we are coming to you live from the Lukens Executive Office Building in downtown Coatesville. And for a change of pace today, we are not going to be talking about anything related to the election yesterday. We have a great show for you, including a recap of our annual dinner 2 weeks ago. We have a story about ACR Machine in Coatesville and a partner spotlight from Greg Vietri Electric, GA Vietri Electric, also in Coatesville. But first, we wanted to talk a little bit about some of the upcoming events that the Chamber is hosting. The big event coming up soon is our Municipal Update Lunch. That is at GA Vietri Electric, and that'll be November 20th, 11 a.m. To 1:30. There is an in-person option for that and virtual. And then in December on the 9th, we have an event, Time for the Trades, which is a full virtual event from 6:30 to 7:15. If you'd like to register for either of those events, please visit our website, westernchestercounty.com. For our community update this week, we have a recap of our annual dinner, which occurred 2 weeks ago today, actually, and that was at the barn at Stony Brook in Atglen. It was a great time. We presented some awards and had some great networking opportunities. So let's take a look at that.
So we are here tonight at the barn at Stony Brook in Atglen, and this is our annual dinner for the Western Chester County Chamber of Commerce. First, we're having cocktails out on the back deck, and that's a lovely scenic view of Chester County.
The whole COVID incident that we're still dealing with has been a tremendous challenge and burden to so many people. But we're a strong community, we're a good community. We're able to be resilient and to make the changes that's necessary to survive and thrive. Brandywine Hospital is very proud to be a sponsor of this event.
We will be awarding the Joseph Philaroma Community Service Award, as well as the Eliot Jones Award given to a chamber member.
Through Regina's foresight, guidance, and wisdom, it was apparent CAP did not possess what it would take to move the Coatesville area to the next level, thus spearheading the creation of the Second Century Alliance, securing the Wells Fargo Regional Foundation 5-year grant to move Coatesville and the surrounding community forward to future economic growth. Chester County Western Chamber of Commerce is honored and privileged to present the 2020 Joseph G. Philaroma Jr. Community Service Award to Regina Lewis.
I never had such challenges as I had in that job, such challenges as I had in the city of Coatesville. But I have to tell you, it is so rewarding to know that CAP made a difference.
I was trying to think of a word that would describe all that you started and all that you stand for in this community. And it's overwhelming, but I came up with one word: warrior. I think you're a warrior.
I have the honor tonight of presenting the Eliot R. Jones Memorial Award, which is given to an individual for supporting the mission of the Chamber and bolstering our community. It is being awarded this year to an outstanding member who selfishly gave during this very difficult time, even while his own business was struggling. The innovative program he created during virtual times will likely become a staple of this organization. With Western Chester County Checks In, he has and is shaping our future. Please join me in congratulating Justin Chan from Valley Creek Productions for being the 2020 recipient of the Eliot R. Jones Award.
The idea of Western Chester County Checks In was put in place to still reach the community virtually. I really hope that it's done its job. Thank you. This is really an honor. Thank you.
Justin created the Western Chester County Check-ins, a live stream video series that began in April, featuring Chamber members, businesses, and community organizations as an action to overcome the challenges of COVID-19.
Thank you for your commitment to the Chamber. Have a safe trip home. We're coming up to the holiday season. I wish everyone a great holiday season. I look forward to seeing everyone at a Chamber event. Please spread the news. The Western Chester County Chamber of Commerce is the place to be.
We hope everybody had a great time at the dinner. Just a few shout outs and thanks, obviously, to our host, the Barn at Stony Brook, to the caterer, John Surratt Catering. They did a great job. Food was amazing. Frost 321 provided an awesome little extra cocktail for us during the cocktail hour. And VIP DJs, Fred Alvisi, provided the entertainment and music, and we thank all of them. As you might have noticed, there was an Awkward Award win for me in that video. And I really am so grateful to have won the Eliot R. Jones Award. Not something that we expected for doing something that we do for a living. I did want to kind of give a little bit more of a shout out thank you because Donna did a good job of keeping that award a secret and had no idea what was going on there. But I wanted to thank our videographer and editor, Zach, who did all the graphics for the show, to Justin Kuiper, who helped me run the show from our basement throughout the COVID-19 crisis, and now is still helping us here in the office. And of course, all of the board members who have volunteered their time as reporters for the show, it just wouldn't be possible without them. So Brenda McNeil, Jonathan Wright, and of course, Alyssa Griffith, who's really become our star reporter on almost every show. And again, of course, big thanks to Donna and Rachel, which without them, listening to my idea back in April and thinking it was something that would work, this show would not have happened. So thanks, and we really hope that this continues, and we'll try to keep it going as long as there's value in it. So that's it from that. It's time for our Member Minute segment this week. Alyssa and I had a chance to go out to ACR Machines, a member that's based in downtown Coatesville, to find out a little bit more about their business and the services that they offer.
Thanks, Justin. Alyssa Griffith here today at ACR Machinery in Coatesville. So a lot of you may have driven by this building many times and had no idea what they did. So we spoke with Steve Turry and Tony Wilson, who are co-owners of ACR.
ACR Machine's been here since 1985. It's primarily been making government parts. In the last few years, we've switched over to mostly aerospace parts, and we're in the midst of gaining our medical certification. They're used for anything from a submarine to the Navy ships. For the aerospace parts, we're making a lot of helicopter parts, some airplane parts, anything from prototypes to short production run parts.
Tony explains their different types of customers.
We have a long-term objective of growing the business. As Steve mentioned, we're 50% government, 50% aerospace. We're entering into two other markets called industrial and medical. So we'll be getting our medical certification around January, February timeframe. And then we want to have 25% of our business in each one of those areas.
They utilize technology. Customers can submit spec drawings, and ACR brings the model into production.
And we have anything from the solid model capability, machining capability, so we don't even, it's paperless. We don't even need a piece of paper. You can give us a computer program, a solid model. We generate the programming right from the model file, inspect it from the model file, and ship it to the customer.
The owners gave us a tour of the machine shop. They have the capability to manufacture all different sizes of parts.
So I like to always tell people we can make something the size of a thumbnail to a pickup truck. So we literally can machine parts the size of a pickup truck on our largest machines.
Their business is growing, and they've more than doubled their staff in the last year.
Yes, we have. In March, we had around 15 employees. Today, we have 32. And probably next year, if we hit our plan, we'll have 40 to 45 employees. And then probably double, subsequent years following. Our workload has increased and our demand has increased. And so we're driving a lot of overtime that. We've also started up a second shift, and we have 3 people on second shift, and we'll be doubling that within the next 3 months.
Tony tells us about their business philosophy.
We wanted, what culture do we want to have here at ACR, and what's the core values? And we came up with 3 areas. Number one is, and the top priority is teamwork. Number 2 is career development and job security, and number 3 is business success. And obviously, you can't have the first 2 without having business success, but they all 3 go together, and that's the one thing that we do emphasize here. So we've actually brought in new employees without any experience, and we've matched them up with an experienced machinist, and they have trained them, and actually over the years have developed, some significant skills that are marketable out in the job market.
ACR is a great example of how workforce development and promoting the trades is so important to our community. This is Alyssa Griffith from Western Chester County Checks In. Back to you, Justin.
Thanks, Alyssa, for that report, and thanks to ACR for letting us visit their facility. This is just one of these businesses that you drive by all the time and don't really know what they do in there, because most of us don't really have a need to visit. So it was really cool to get in and see all of these fancy machines that they're using to manufacture various parts. Another thanks that I forgot on the annual dinner was, of course, our presenting sponsor, Tower Health. Again, without them, we wouldn't have been able to put the dinner on, so thanks to them as well. If you'd like to have your business or nonprofit featured on our show, we'd love to have you. Reach out to our communication coordinator, Rachel. She can be reached by email, rachel@westernchestercounty.com. It's time for our partner spotlight this week. Our Chamber Executive Director, Donna, had a chance to talk with Greg Vietri with GA Vietri Electric to find out a little bit more about his company and what he is planning to do as president of the Chamber of Commerce next year.
Thanks, Justin. We're here today with Greg Vietri. And Greg, tell us a little bit about your business.
Well, thank you, Donna. I am actually a second-generation electrician who started as a very young man just following his father around at jobs. And I'm not really sure if that was to try to get this trade instilled upon me or was just to get me out of my mother's hair. But I am a second-generation electrician. In another year and a half, we're going to have our 40th year anniversary. We primarily started out doing just small residential and jobbing work, which evolved into light commercial and industrial, which again evolved into heavy commercial with a strong presence in water and wastewater treatment plant construction, as well as utility construction, heavy underground and aerial construction.
Very good. And we hear you're expanding.
We are expanding. In the history of my company, this will actually be the 3rd time we've expanded. We're presently located in the Meeting House Industrial Park. We have 2 buildings, 103, 105 Independence Way, which we've kind of outgrown both buildings. So we are presently building a new 70,000 square foot complex in the Valley View Industrial Park off of Waverly Boulevard in Valley Township.
Very good. Very good. Tell us how you got started with the Chamber.
It's funny you should say that. Just thinking back, I believe it was the fall of 2004, you yourself and Greg Krajewski approached me. We had just moved into the Meeting House Industrial Park, and you approached me about hosting the the municipal luncheon, which I knew very little about the Western Chester County Chamber or the municipal lunch. Greg Krajewski is married to my cousin Karen, so automatically I had to agree to do this. So after we hosted the first municipal luncheon, I knew that this is where I wanted to be. It certainly got my attention with all the municipalities. So the municipal lunch is a showcase for all the townships and municipalities to come and explain what is on board, what's coming down the pipeline as far as construction and township news, which is a perfect fit for my business.
We're very honored to have you as a Platinum Partner. Could you tell us why your support is so important to your business?
We at Vietri, we see great value with membership and sponsorship with the Western Chester County Chamber. It has opened a number of doors for us as far as contacts, meeting people and businesses that we would have never had access to without the Chamber.
Very good. And we're also honored that you're going to serve as president of the Chamber next year. So tell us a little bit about your vision for next year.
With me becoming president of the Chamber next year, I think that first of all, I have the fiduciary responsibility to make sure that the Chamber carries on in the difficult situation that we're in. Also, with the businesses that are presently struggling, that the Western Chester County Chamber can certainly offer them resources to help through the pandemic.
Thanks, Greg, for spending time with us today.
You're welcome, Donna, and I'm looking forward to next year.
Back to you, Justin.
Thanks, Donna, for that report, and thanks to Greg and his team at GA Vietri for their continued sponsorship of the Chamber and for so graciously hosting the municipal lunch for us every year, including coming up here in a couple weeks. So we hope you register for that. So that's going to be it for our show today. We hope you enjoyed. If you're liking the show, we encourage you to follow us on YouTube, share the show on your social media channels, and comments, because those things all make a big difference to get us more people watching. We will look forward to seeing you. Our next episode will be in 2 weeks. We're working on some great content for that, so look for that update when we have it. But for now, I'm your host, Justin Chan. Have a good afternoon, and thanks for watching.